Hi, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 6, 2023 full moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And so would a link to my friend's Eddie's Tarot's site on YouTube. Check him out. He's really quite good. All right. So now with all that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that we need to be mindful of during this time. Aries, this is the full moon in Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is the world. just be aware of everything right now. Seriously, be on the lookout. Be aware of absolutely everything. No, levity aside, this is the 7th full moon that is 16 degrees of their sign, meaning that what is it? The moon is 16 degrees in Libra. 16 is, in the tarot, is a card of the Tower. So there's been tremendous change for the last 7 months. This is also eclipse season. 4 planets are in Aries. The sun is in Aries. This is warrior, pioneer, adventurer spirit coming through. With the world, there's almost a sense of I can conquer it all. I can do it all. There's no boundaries. There's no sense of I can't. We also have the moon quincus Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of awakening. There's a huge awakening going on, and the sense of with the moon in Libra, it's justice and a voice for all, and we're awakening into that power. And there's almost a sense of there are no boundaries. There's nothing to stop me. We can take on way too much during this time here, Taurus, and we need to be very mindful of doing that because it can be very overpowering for us. Mars has us stepping out of our comfort zone. There's a real sense of empowerment and, determination and focus. Mars is also out of bounds astrologically until May. And in May, it comes back in bounds, but until that time, Aries is all about, accomplishment and pushing things forward and strength and going after things and courage. And that is just amplified. So this is a time where we really feel like I can do anything. And then if we start to have setbacks or things don't go according to our plan, which a lot of the time, Spirit has a plan for us that we learn along the way, it can be very discouraging. It can be very overwhelming. So just be mindful of this because, Aries is live in the present. And here with the world, we want to live in the future, but we also want to fix all the past. And there's a real sense of no, I have to be right here, right now. I have to show up for me because that bold, beautiful Aries energy is balanced by its sister sign, which is Libra. And remember, sister signs can either bring out the best or the worst in each other. So this moon can make us tremendously successful, or it can have us a bit at odds with ourselves. We want balance. We want harmony. This is the full moon of healing and health, but this is also the full moon with the energy of Aries so very strong, where we could be pushing boundaries and saying, well, I'll rest, later, I'll sleep later. I don't have to take care of myself now. We have to have that balance. We have to have that harmony to this Libra moon. This Libra moon says a voice for all. And it means that we have to start listening also to our inner voice. So let's see the energy that Spirit wants us to be aware of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels, oh goodness, and spirit guides. So this here is abundance. You know, it's funny because I think it came out and it was upside down. I don't really know. But there's a sense of we go from feeling profoundly abundant to not feeling abundant at all. Be aware of this. Be aware of this. Be aware that we will have our good days and we will have our in-between days and our bad days. But that we are spiritually and personally abundant. Even if our bank accounts don't say it, even if we feel held back for one reason or another, we are abundant. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yes, the Ace of Pentacles. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The King of Wands. That strong Aries energy is really coming in. That sense of I'm focusing on what I need to do in order to get things done. Okay, that's going to be a really big thing for us during this time. The Ace of Pentacles comes in, prosperity, success, bounty from God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. Now, we have the Two of Cups reverse. We have the Six of Cups. We have a bit of a difficulty, okay, not living in the past. So just be very mindful of this. We can have regrets. We can have, things that we wish, well, I guess as a regret, things that we wish we did differently. That's going to come up a lot during this time, or, remember this time it was better than. Be mindful of this because this will pull you out of the moment. Both the sun and the moon are conjunct Jupiter. And this expands the energy of Aries, and this expands the energy of Libra. So this conjunction with Jupiter brings out our greatness. And that's going to be our greatness of harmony and balance and justice and, a sense of, again, that voice for all. But we can't let that consume us, especially if we're empathic. We're going to be like, well, I have to solve all these problems. If you do that, it will drain you. It will be worse than drain you. It will kind of tear you apart psychically, emotionally, personally. What you have to do is you have to look at your voice, your passion, your desire, your instinct, and start moving forward. There's a healing that we're rejecting during this time, which is huge. Okay, with the Two of Cups, there's something here where either we're not going to be sleeping well, or we're not going to be taking care of ourselves, or we kind of feel like I should be healing in this direction, or I should be taking time to meditate, or taking time to do, Spring Forest Qigong, which is my personal favorite, which is here on YouTube, doing something for us. And we're going to be like, nah, I don't have time for this, or I don't want to do this. There's something about us where we can actually feel a little rebellious here, Taurus, in taking time for ourselves. Or I want to take time for myself and I want to, binge YouTube videos. I'm going to take time for myself and I'm going to do something that's completely indulgent for me. Taking care of yourself is going to be completely indulgent for you. Make sure you take care of yourself because this is the moon of healing and health. Do not reject it. Do not. Okay? I know it's a little harsh, but seriously, don't reject it because it's going to be so easy to say, well, I just want to do something that's fun for me, or I just want to do this, or I just want to do that. That's fine, but don't reject your health and the healing that's coming to you. If somebody says, hey, I can do energy healing, take them up on it. Say, yeah, sure, try it on me. Like, do energy healings during this time, get massages, do these things. If you have somebody who's practicing or trying to get their hours in to get certified in something, say, yeah, okay, let's try it because you'll benefit from it. If things hurt you, don't be like, oh, I'll just power through. No, let them know. But know that this is a time where you need to be a little bit selfish and take care of yourself. You need to be a little bit selfish and ground yourself to the earth. It's not selfish. It's really playing up to your bounty, your beauty, and your greatness. So just be aware of this. With the Six of Cups, again, we have a tendency to live a little bit in the past. Things were better when, or, I regret this or I regret that. Stop. You only have right now. You cannot change the world's problems. You cannot change anybody's problems but yourself. Living in an energy of peace, coming forward in an energy of peace, abundance, compassion, love, healing, that can change the world. But it's through changing our own little world, our own little universe within ourselves, that we can change the whole universe. And that's going to be something that we battle with. We want to see the bigger results, Taurus. We want to see the results here on this earth with everyone right now. We're ruled by the earth. It's so important to us. We want to see the earth taken care of. We want to see people taken care of. We have these great big plans, and we want to see it all come through right now, which is great, but it's going to exhaust us. Let the past be the past. Let yourself walk forward in the presence of healing, of love, and of grace. It moves us to the Page of Pentacles. We are a student. We are a cosmic student. We are also taking this gift of the Ace of Pentacles, and we're going to start something new with it. A new project, a new understanding, a diving deeper into something. We're going to find that we really are inspired. We're also going to find that this is a time for us to put things into action, to see things moving forward. To say, hey, I'm going to take that class, or I'm going to utilize this opportunity and put something in real world time action. Now, excuse me, will we be able to have it be an instant, global success instantaneously? Some of us might, but most of us won't. This is just a tremendous time to learn and to know that, when I learn, I'm going to make mistakes. When I learn, it's not going to look perfect or museum quality, the first time, but I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to be gentle with myself. I'm going to go slowly and steadily and say, well, that was a mistake, or wow, that came out pretty darn well, and help myself to move forward. That's going to be one of the greatest powers that we have. And it brings us to the King of Wands, this fire sign energy where we're in, that Aries energy, which comes through so powerfully. So much here is in Aries, and the moon is balancing it all out. So we have that great adventurous spirit, and then we have the balance, the harmony, the sense of peace that comes with this Libra moon, the sense of healing. Okay, fire sign energy can be absolutely alluring and, have a seedy underbelly to it. It can have a bad temper. It can be very selfish. So what we need to be aware of during this time are other people vampirically feeding off of our energy. Are things taking us for granted? Are our passions being used against us? Are we releasing our power to others? Be aware of this during this time here, Taurus, because there's a real sense of your fire burning bright, your passion burning hot, of you really being able to create. And I just see kind of like that Midas touch, like very much being able to get things going, and almost like, I don't want to say an assembly line, but really having a pattern to things, really having a structure to things that utilizes your abilities to the best. And that's why you're really going to be like, I don't want to stop this momentum to heal, or to sleep, or to eat properly. I don't want to. I want to just keep on creating and discovering and enjoying. But I see us almost kind of like bleeding that energy out. It's kind of like putting a mark of ink on a page and it just bleeding out all over the place. So just be very mindful of this, that we can feel highly inspired, highly, driven on a day, but then the next day we might have a tremendous crash because we've given out too much of our energy. We've created so intensely that we didn't hone it. It wasn't like, a finely honed laser. It was just kind of like a big floodlight going on. So be very, very, very mindful of this. Be also very mindful of somebody who is rather charismatic and promises just a bit too much. And you're like, I'm sorry, what? Like, they really are speaking to your dreams and your goals and your aspirations and what you want. And it's like, oh, well, I can get this for you, or I can make this happen. And nobody's going to be able to make it happen but you. And be very, very mindful of who you trust during this time. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So what's really interesting here is our sister sign of Scorpio is coming up, one reversed. So the new moon, when we go into ourselves, kind of set our intentions. But the full moon is upright. So it says it's time to release negativity. We're going to be very into that. But working through our fears, we're going to find that to be very overwhelming. We're also going to find that we're faced with our fears creativity-wise. Okay, and it's here in the Six of Cups. The past is going to hold us back creatively. The past is going to be something where we sit there and say, well, I'm not going to love again. I had a terrible divorce, or I'm not going to do that again. It didn't work out. And we're holding ourselves back because once upon a time, it didn't work out. It didn't happen the way that we wanted it to. So just be very, very aware of that during this time, that the past has a tremendous power over us. Now, here with the Ace of Pentacles, will we take it? You're very close to achieving your goals. Will you? Will you use this moon to enhance your voice? Will you meditate on this energy to be empowered and be emboldened and see yourself moving forward? Because nothing will come of the situation, which sounds like such a contradiction. But what we have here is the void of course. Wisdom comes. And I heard this recently, and I thought it was so interesting. I was listening to a neurologist talk about sleep, and he says wisdom comes while you sleep, while your brain works everything out. So nothing will come of it if you don't heal, if you don't rest, if you don't take care of yourself. The void, of course, is also, times during all the lunar cycles where what we think is going to happen and what actually happens just they don't add up. And I know some people who don't do anything. Like they look up the void, of course, for April, and they'll be like, okay, at this time, I don't do anything. And they will literally stop what they're doing and say, not now, or just be silent for those couple of minutes and then go back to exactly what they're doing so that they can make sure everything happens kind of the way they want it to. Can you do that? I don't know. I don't know if it necessarily works. They say it works for them, but I think kind of the mystery of it all, or the curveballs that come our way, are important. So the wisdom comes when we let ourselves heal. And if we don't let ourselves heal, nothing will come of it. We will not get to that place that we actually really want to be. Now, we talked about working through our fears. That's where our creativity lies. It lies in our fears. And we're going to find that during this time, as we release the past, because Aries has us in the present and Libra has us healing like nobody's business, when we release our fears, all of a sudden, we can start to create. But if we don't release our fears, which is going to be something that we struggle with, releasing our fears to embrace our own creativity, we're not going to be able to create. We're going to also be hyper judgmental about ourselves. Hyper judgmental. Like you would not be this judgmental to anybody else. You would actually be appalled if you heard somebody speaking to themselves or to anybody else the way your inner voice is going to speak to you when you want to try to create, when you want to try to cultivate what you really want in life. So be very mindful of this during this time. Prosperity lies ahead. With the Page of Pentacles, we want to create, we want to cultivate, we want to plant the seeds, we want to see everything grow. Peace is going to be something that we find elusive. Calmly centering within ourselves, taking time to breathe, taking time to stretch, taking time to react or relax, but also taking time to react. We're going to find that we're very reactionary, but taking that time to say, is this reaction good for me? Like, is this what I really want to do? Prosperity lies ahead in what we're learning, in what we're discovering, in what we're understanding about ourselves and about what we need. But again, we need that peace. But we're going to think that the peace is the least important part of it. We're not going to see that the peace is everything. The quiet, the serenity, the love, the caring, the compassion. That's everything. It's time to release negativity. We know that. We know that tremendously. It's beautiful. When we release the negativity, there's beauty. There's grace, and there's a power of our own creativity that is focused like never before. It leads us, it guides us, it expands us, it understands us, and we move forward in a way that is tremendous. Be aware of this. There's beauty in us. I mean, Taurus, just to be vain, we're very attractive people. So, utilize this, utilize the beauty, and it's not that, well, it can be. Some can be very, I'm going to say waif, but ballerina-like. Some Tauruses can. But there's a sturdier, more present beauty to a Taurus. And that needs to be utilized. That sense of connecting to the earth. That sense of being fully present on this earth. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Utilize that. Embrace with it. Create with it. Our subconscious message to be mindful of is the Five of Cups. We need to be mindful of changing our lives, changing our minds to change our whole entire lives. We're going to want to focus on what didn't go right. Why? Because we wanted it to go right. Is it going to change anything? Is it going to help us move forward? No. You know that statement, don't cry over spilt milk. You can't do anything about it. I mean, you can clean it up. You can maybe push it back into a cup or, drink it with a straw off the counter if you want to. But it's done. Now it's time to move on. And we need to look at the Two of Cups that sits behind us. The healing, beautiful love. The healing that we're finding so hard to take into our lives and connect with. It moves us to our subconscious message from Spirit, and this is success. We are a success. We're very hard on ourselves. So because we're not, grand ruler of the universe, we might be like, oh, I'm not a success. But you are. You are. Stop being so ridiculously hard on yourself, Taurus. There's a joy, there's a beauty, there's a power to you. You need to accept it. Your success might not be, your neighbor's success, but your success is lasting. You're building something that will live on. And that is a powerful thing. Even if it's just the kindness you've showed others, even if it's, raising your kids with respect, whatever it is, you've built something here on this earth that lives longer than you do. And that is tremendous. And it can be the kindness. I remember this lady I met randomly in a grocery store. And I just remember she had the bluest eyes and was like the sweetest person and just said something unbelievably kind, just something so sweet. I can't even remember it right now. But I usually can just pull up that memory like nothing else. And it was so sweet. And I still remember her face because it was just so nice. And she didn't have to be nice. That's the success we leave behind. Embrace it. It moves us to our subconscious tarot message. And this is the Eight of Wands. Things aren't going to move as quickly as we want them to. And then they're going to move super fast. And then it's going to get all tangled up again. So just be mindful of this. We have a plan. That void, of course, comes in and it's like, nope, it's not going to happen the way you imagined it. And that's going to be okay. It is. You're going to want everything to happen super fast, super on your time. And that's just human, Taurus. We are just human. Be kind to yourself because of that. Our subconscious Luna message is boundaries. And we need boundaries over a new start coming. We're resistant to this new start. We need clear boundaries of what we want, of what we accept, of what we don't accept, to be able to move us forward. But a new start is coming. We're apprehensive about this, or we feel like, oh no, I can't have a new start. Like I didn't finish everything I needed to finish. It doesn't mean you won't get done what you need to get done. But you will have new eyes. You will have new insight. You will have a clarity to you that's new. There's going to be something new. You're going to be like, oh, well, this is new. Or, oh, wow, I just learned this. And that really helps me. But you need those clear boundaries, especially energy-wise during this time, Taurus. You're going to have a tendency, again, to kind of bleed out this creative energy. And since it's all over the place, you can feel easily drained. You can feel overwhelmed. So harnessing and focusing that creative energy by doing a meditation, by doing Qigong, by doing Tai Chi, by doing yoga, you're going to find that you can harness yourself in a way that is absolutely beneficial and, just helps you be so very successful. All right, Taurus. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So let's take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Taurus. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. God bless. Bye.